Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, November 6, 2015, and 2:51 a.m. in Birmingham. Topic, Satan's goal for the world. He kind of took it out of Plato's playbook. It's called Plato's Republic. Three classes of people: the overlords, the intellectual who will govern society. They will achieve morality or close to it. And that's possible because God did say of Nimrod in the Tower of Babel that they'll achieve what they set out to do. So he had to end it. So it has been attempted, and God knows it could be achievable, but he has a plan. But what they had, beside those who oversaw everybody, was the worker bees. More durable, we last longer. We don't spend so much time in the hospital for repairs. And then you have the third class. Third class, the army of the overlords, to keep us under control and subjection to the overlords. The army he referred to was the one that, and this is back then now, built by using man DNA and NEPHILIM DNA. But with the information given by the fallen sons of God, they were able to have machinery. They built things, and they even had laboratories where they spliced things. So they had a machine that they were building, little tiny things the size of a grain of rice that will blend in also with the man/Nephilim DNA. This is what the goal is today. You hear this. This is happening. You hear about these hidden labs that are putting man DNA into everything, just like they did back before the flood. So go to the Illuminati. They're over the United States. They tell the elite what to do, and they do it. They're over the rest of the world, and they tell the rest of the world what to do, and they do it. So you have, in America, you have the Jasons. They're with the Brookings Institute. They are the think tank for our country. They are putting a group of pieces together for the Illuminati. Then you have Russia and whoever their Jasons are, their think tank. They'll have pieces put together. And then you go on to Europe, China, Japan, India, Australia, and whoever else is involved. So every country will have enough pieces that when given to the Illuminati, there will be a complete peace. What that complete peace is, probably immorality. So no country will have but a small part, so no country will have enough that they can bring everyone under control. The Illuminati will never let that go, period. The world will do as the Illuminati ask, but the only way to break that chain is to return to God fully. Then we, the Christians, will never bow to anyone but our Lord and our God. We see that John wrote the book of Revelations. It's a scary book, and it's a real event going to come. And I have a chance to say it's very close, and it seems hopeless. However, John also gave us another verse in John 3:16. There is a way not only to escape these things, but don't enter into those things. God, through Jesus, forgave us far before we were born, probably millions of years ago. So nothing's changed. All we need to do is ask for it. And also, interesting here, 1 John, chapter 5, verse 8, John says, if a man keeps his word, God's word, the wicked one touches him not. There you go. That's speaking primarily of us, or those who will be in the tribulation. Here it is again. 1 John 5, 8. If a man keeps his word, the wicked one touches him not. So during the tribulation, the reason for the rapture is not to protect us from Satan. It is for Satan to continue his work, because as long as we are here, Satan cannot finish his work. We have to be removed also so God can finish his judgments on the Antichrist. And that there's two verses there, two ways of saying that we don't have to be raptured to save us from annihilation. We have to be taken out so that the work can be completed here on earth. We're holding them up. And until we're gone, we'll hold them. So that's why I believe that we're not going to the end. Because like they just said, he can't finish his work as long as we're here. And I've said it many times, the restrainer is in us. As long as the restrainer is here, he restrains. He keeps the Antichrist from coming to power. That's what it's about. The earth has a resonant frequency, however they measure, is 7, either -8.3 or 783. In any case, that's the frequency. 7 is the perfect number for God. Everything happens in sevens. 7 times 7, 49 years, Jubilees. And Shemitah, 7 years. And then you have Harbinger, 7 years, and many, many, many more. Hundreds of 7 events there. And Satan's frequency is probably 666. He has got to get people in alignment with his frequency to bring us under him. And it will happen to a lot of people. So with God, earth, and man, our frequency tie together. When more and more people turn to Christ, we will keep Satan from doing his work. This is why I say again, we have to be removed or Satan can't finish his work. It makes a lot of sense. Once we are gone, then he will attempt to finish his work, and he will, but it's not good enough. Today, there are hundreds of thousands of Iranians. Get this, I like this. The same age bracket Iranians that took the American embassy hostage back in the days of Carter. And when Reagan came in, they knew Reagan meant what he said he would do. He would. They released him the day he was sworn in. But this same age bracket is the age bracket today that's coming to Christ in numbers in the tens of thousands in underground churches. So let's move on to China. China have millions upon tens of millions that are coming to Christ, the same age bracket. Every now and then you will see someone release or slip out the video. They show the excitement of the Chinese when they receive an order or a shipment of Bibles. Hey, you would think that they were just raptured. They scream, they cry, they're in tears, and that Bible is hugged so tightly to them You can't get it away from them. That's how much they love God, and that's how much they want the Bible. They want it. So when Dr. Michael Lake was asked, what do you see in the future for the Christian world? And he said this: it's very possible that there will be one more great awakening around the world, and just may be the best and the biggest ever. I think the next great awakening will give Satan himself nightmares. So guys, what Plato started, what he tried to do, and what Nimrod tried to do, Satan is doing it today through all these Brookings institutes, all these think tanks, all the Jasons. They're doing it. And they will achieve it. But as long as they hand over all they have to the Illuminati, so that the Illuminati members will each have a part of the puzzle, and they're not going to necessarily share it with each other, because they want to make sure that they retain control and that this puzzle or whatever it is won't get out to the rest of the world. Got news for them. God has different plans. Jody Wolf, Expoz.